Kia ora.
G'day.
Welcome to Cup of Tea and Yarn.
Yep.
I'm Jill, Tea and Yarn on Instagram and Ravelry.
And I'm Kylie. I'm Crafty Mama on Instagram and Ravelry.
And we are at the St. Francis retreat in Hillsborough in Auckland.
Yeah, we're retreating this weekend. Yeah.
Kind of feel like I'm no energy, it's more, I'm kind of relaxed.
Yeah, we're very relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have had a nap this afternoon, to be honest, but it's always that dilemma, isn't it? If you have a nap, you're missing out.
Or you don't sleep the night.
Oh, that's never a worry for me.
Just for me.
Oh, okay. No, I'm unfamiliar with that. Yeah, so we're just enjoying some time together, and yeah, it's always nice, eh?
It is.
Yeah.
We're kind of hanging out in the corridor.
Yeah. Well, we're at one end of the corridor, and this is the stairway that no one uses. So we thought this is a good spot. It's got good light.
Yeah.
You know, it's quiet. Don't want to sit where we're being viewed.
Yeah.
Always a bit awkward. Yeah. It's like
What? That's like marks out of 10.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, I was saying last night how it kind of feels like a family event coming here now. It's like Christmas or something. Oh yeah, there's the family members I haven't seen for a year.
Yeah.
But then you sit with the people that you know.
Yeah.
And you kind of just chat with everyone throughout the weekend, and it's good. Yeah.
When people are really open with what
Yeah.
they're making and how they make things, and there's classes on, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
There's also zero pressure to do anything.
Yeah.
So if all you want to do is have naps in the sun and have lunch, you can do that too.
Yeah. Oh, the lunch, so good. So good. Did you enjoy yours?
Yes, I did. Very
I
much.
actually had I stood there in front of the noodles. We had like a vermicelli stir fry thing. And I was like, will I have the vegetarian? I almost had a vegetarian lunch, but then I was like, no, I'll get the chicken. And I regretted it. I should have just had vegetarian. Anyway.
It was delicious.
It was good. Yep.
Yeah. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a tea turtle shirt that says glitter is my favorite color. I'm wearing my name badge that I made last year. I'm wearing some stitch markers that I made this morning with little duckies on them. But the knitting I'm wearing is the So Faded cardigan by Andrea Mowry, and it's got lots of different, couple of New Zealand dyers, an Australian dyer, and an international dyer. So
Nice.
yeah. Yours looks fabulous though. Tell us about it.
So I'm wearing my Barbie spin, and then knitted ranunculus.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of my new favorites. I like the so it's very different. Like there's two different skeins, not even skeins really. The bottom, the lighter pink, I had 200 grams of. The darker pink I had 100 grams of.
It's beautiful.
So I started off with the darker, and then I just striped it until it ran out.
It's a really good way to use a couple of skeins though, skeins. I mean, it was a 200 gram lot of fibre and a 100 gram lot of fibre, so it's a good way to do that. Yeah. Other than doing like a combo spin.
Well, I'd already done the light pink, so before I bought the dark pink.
Yeah.
So the dark pink was one I got at Bendigo. The light pink is
And a gratin. Yeah. Little woolly company.
Yeah. And it's got like little bits of little flecks in it.
So pretty.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I finished it off with my dark pink on the sleeves.
Really, really lovely.
I like it.
I've been admiring it all weekend. Have you had people pat you?
No.
I got stroked a couple of times last night. Yeah.
Stroked.
Oh.
Yeah. Feeling a bit stiff now.
There you go. Oh dear.
I like, I was telling someone about how it's kind of a proud feeling that you've spun and then knit.
Yep.
But you usually you get the, yes, I made this, I knitted.
Yeah.
But this is, I spun it and I knitted it. It's like a super proud thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have shorn the sheep too.
Oh, I should have. And diapers. Yeah.
That's post-apocalyptic knitting
Yeah.
life skills right there.
That's
if you
true.
can shear a sheep, spin the yarn,
Yeah.
knit a sweater,
Yeah.
good in the apocalypse. So had you'd finished that last week
I
though?
had, but it was blocking.
It was blocking, yeah.
It was lying flat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've worn it several times since.
Yeah, nice.
Do you like it?
Well, I'm going to crack into our finished objects
Okay.
because
You were like sock
I've
mania.
finished 3 pairs of socks. So I was doing the Crazy Sock Lady summer sock camp,
Okay.
that she does every year. So I did that this year and I got 4 pairs of socks finished in the time, which isn't a great effort really over 3 months, but that's okay. It's my work knitting mostly, sock knitting. So and 2 of those were already started before summer sock camp, but that's okay. Oh no, 3. Whoops. So the first pair that I'm really proud to have finished, and this counts as one of my 23 and 23 finished objects, because these, now 2 years ago at this very retreat, actually it was more than that, it was 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, the year was 2020 and we were coming to a retreat and Andrea Murray was doing a sock. She does a thing every year around this time. It changes the time of the year, but anyway, she does once a year. She does a spin one of her things. Yeah, knit one of her things in a weekend, and I was trying to knit a whole pair of socks in a weekend.
Yeah.
I did not knit a whole pair of socks in the weekend, but I just spun.
3 years.
It took me 3 years. I spun for these socks leading up to the weekend, so I was really proud of myself that I'd spun that. So this was the sock I finished in 2020 and this was the sock I finished in 2023. So that weekend I finished the whole sock and never cast on the next sock.
So is that all your hand spun?
Okay, so just the contrast colour is my hand spun. The main colour is a yarn, just a top draw sock from Skeins Yarn in Australia, Coffs Harbour. Yeah, so really, really happy with that. Now in total, I think it was just under 100 grams in total. So I have only counted this as 1 for my counter because, I mean, I've got to be sensible about this, right? So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. And that is, the design is called Sparks by Andrea Murray. And she's got quite a few things in this range. She's got a hat and there's the Sparks sweater with the little pocket. And then there's the Sparks, I think there's a cardigan that's more masculine as well. I might be thinking of something else, but 1 pair of socks done. Yes. Shall I do another pair?
Just do
all of the socks? Well, you'll have to. Here you go. You can put these ones on the blockers while I talk about this pair.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
There you go. Because I only have 2 blocker sets. You know, I don't.
And I've only finished 2 things.
Yes, I win this week. It's not a competition. So my second finished object was a pair of socks for my son, which I finished on the 31st of August, which is the end of winter here, and they're DK socks.
Yeah.
I don't know how much wear these are going to get because he'll probably grow out of them, but he's pretty good at squeezing into things, so he might be okay. The yarn is Rainy Day yarn, and it is a specific sock yarn, so it's a merino nylon, DK weight. Now what's interesting about this is, I think this showcases what can happen with indie dyed yarn. She must have had this half of the skein on top when she was speckling, and this just hasn't received as many speckles. And that's fine, it's just different. The other thing that happened with these not being matching, if you can count, you'll see there's 2 middle stripes here and 3 middle stripes here. I ran out of yarn on this one. This was my first sock. I had to dive into the half of the orange for this sock to finish the bits here. So there's not as many stripes on the other one. That's fine.
I think they still look like they're matching.
They definitely still match. The toes are the same. They sort of look the same up to here. And I started the striping at a different point. In the second one, you can see I started it further in to make up for that lack of thing, and it kind of worked with the, yeah. Anyway. Pattern, so rainy day sock yarn purchased at the Knit Nook in Napier. Toxic relationship is what it's called. Yeah, so I thought that was cool. And this pattern is the toe up DK sock, simple socks or something by North. It's Carly Perkins, I think it is, North something knits. And within that pattern you get 3 different colour things to do with your colours, and this is the colour dipped. I love this colour dipped. So cool, so fun. Such a fun thing to do, something different. Yeah.
Rather than just do like
just
toes
toes
and heels.
Yeah, so it's actually meant to have this whole section knitted in that colour, but there was no way I was going to make it. So yeah, they're really great patterns, and the fact that it includes 3, and all of her patterns that she has, they always include 3 different variations, and her sock patterns are either the toe up version or the top down version. So she writes them for either, and I think that's really fantastic. So yeah,
Cool.
He'll be happy with them. And my last pair, these are the Crazy Sock Lady Super, Super Scrappy Socks pattern. Sorry, recipe, as in the striping. The striping pattern is the recipe that I followed. So the yarn is purple striping yarn, purple sprouting. Purple sprouting. It's nearly happy hour. Purple sprouting yarn, and so I've used.
So yes, it is that kind of a treat.
Yes. And so I picked some minis that went with this main colour. That main colour is called Jupiter Crash. What else? Oh, I used the avocado heel. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you might notice that one heel is baggier than the other. I did this on a night shift. Do you remember I said...
That's what you did tell us about last time,
I
think.
thought... No, but I didn't know it was that I'd made a mistake. I thought I had done the right thing last time, but I have added an extra wedge.
Oh, okay.
So
right,
there's more fabric there. There's an extra wedge.
Right.
I haven't tried them on yet.
Are these for you?
They are now. I'm too embarrassed to give them away. Yeah. So that's all my finished objects, all my socks. So I'm pretty proud of them.
I made a baby thing.
That's so cute.
I made a Milo.
I love a Milo.
It hasn't been washed yet. I made the 6-month-old one. My friend is having a baby in the end of October.
Yep.
And then it's going to be summer, so the child won't want to wear anything woolly. So I thought 6 months on, it might want something woolly.
That'll be perfect though, like leading into spring. That's often when you need that extra layer
So
in the evenings.
Is it Tides, I think? It's Holscan.
Oh, yeah.
So it's their wool and silk. So 70-30. So 70% wool, 30% silk.
Was that left over from your other thing that you did?
No.
Okay.
This was like, I think I did I was
vest.
having no, that was something, I did use Holscan for that. I didn't use brown.
Right.
I went through a stage of, I'll buy some stuff from Holscan. And
I
so
remember that phase.
Yeah. I have random balls, and I had 2 of these. So, which was because it's quite thin.
Yeah.
So
you held them together.
Yeah, DK thing.
Perfect.
My my cable's a bit weird. But you know, nobody will notice unless
Oh,
you...
I can see. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
done something weird with that, but
Yeah.
only because
The cable's a bit weird.
only because I know what it should look like. Does your friend
No,
knit?
she doesn't.
She will have no
She
idea.
won't.
She'll think it's fantastic
Yeah.
and fabulous. And when she puts it on the child, she'll be too sleep deprived to look at it.
Yes, and I made one for her other child,
All
which
right.
she loved.
Perfect. Was that cabled as well?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not.
Because there's a few different ways you
There's-
can make a Milo.
Yes, I might have done just that cable last time, so this is a bit different one.
There you go.
Yeah, and I got down to about there before I thought, I don't know what I'm doing with this cable, I'm just going to make it up as I go along.
Yep.
Yep, which is
No,
what
it
I
looks
did.
fabulous.
And apparently brown is a good colour for children at the moment. It's the ink, apparently, because I don't know about this stuff.
Is that because shit doesn't show up on it?
It's because the influencers are
okay.
are suggesting neutral colours for babies.
I know that grey has been a popular baby colour.
Yeah.
I still think all the colours are good for babies.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because, you know, having never had any, I just went, oh, it's going to be brown. And as I cast it on,
It's beautiful.
and then I asked the mothers in the team I work with, I'm doing brown, is that okay? And that's when I knew that it was, because apparently that's when they
That's
told
the
me
in
about the
thing.
influencers. Yeah,
There you go. You're very hip.
very hip. This child will be very hip.
This is beautiful.
So I finished the Ice Fall from Tin Can Knits. It's not the Ice Fall from Tin Can Knits.
That's okay. It's got a twist.
Yes, it does. So the Ice Fall from Tin Can Knits has got a beautiful colour work pattern up here. I started the colour work pattern, and I don't know,
You could see the floats.
Yeah, you could see the floats behind it. The yarn I've chosen for the contrast, so it's made from West Yorkshire spinners, and it's kind of like you can see through it. You can see. Like you can
Oh
see, you can
yeah,
see through it,
yeah.
The contrast, yarn was from
Kiwiana?
Kiwiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a bit plumper.
Plumper. I do find the West Yorkshire spinner and most commercial sock yarns are more of a 3-ply than a 4-ply.
Yeah, so because you could see through it, I mean, you can see here, you can see the floats, and when it was 9 stitches apart or whatever, I was like,
It was the catch.
Yeah, it was the catch.
That was, yeah.
I could see the catch.
Yeah.
And so
bummer.
I did about 10 rows of the colour work and just to see, but it just looked messy.
That's
So,
disappointing.
It is.
But what you've done is beautiful.
So I've done this weird checkerboard thing.
It's great.
So I think I did 1, 2,
3 and 3?
I did 4.
4 and 4.
I did 4 and 4, and then when it got to a decreased row in the
Then you
pattern,
did 3
I
and
did 3 and 3, then a decreased
2
row, 2 and 2.
2. So
Yeah.
clever.
So it does have like a line in between the
I think you could
decreases.
write that up as a pattern.
I think, well, I don't know about that. I mean, I think I just got the idea of Pinterest.
Oh, there you go. Nothing's new under the sun, eh?
No, it's not. But yeah, so I love how it's turned out. And I decided to finish it in the lime green rather than going back to the purple.
Yep.
So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's really good.
because the
It'll
colour
be
work
much
was just
nicer.
that, and then the purple, like you would have gone back to the main
Yeah.
colour. Yeah,
But I think it'll be much plumper against your neck and stuff. It'll feel nicer.
I've worn it a couple of times. I love it.
It's really, really lovely.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks. So that's all my finished things because I was very focused on getting this finished.
No, you've done really well.
Which is quite surprising because I don't normally get that focused.
No, you've done well. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, we've got the still the bits there. So I guess that's the other thing. I couldn't change the yarn
Oh yeah, because you've done
because
those bits.
it started from there, and then it started from the bottom.
Did you think about doing just that pattern on your yoke?
Well, the ribby thing. I guess that's kind of what that is.
It's similar,
kind
yeah.
of checky, yeah.
No, it's nice. I like it.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I
Yeah.
think I like it more than I did the
More than the original.
more than the original.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love it when that happens.
And I do like the lime green finish at the top.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
It's got quite a lot of, like it's quite longer at the back, so you can see all my floats there. And it's got short rows at the top as well.
Oh, you did short rows. Oh yeah, with the green. Yeah, nice.
So short rows at the back, and it had short rows around the bottom as well. So it's actually quite a bit longer than I would normally wear.
I like it though.
But
I think it's a good length.
I can wear it with skirts.
Yeah.
Because you know how I normally
Chuck stuff over a dress.
Well, and also I go, oh God, so boring, I've had enough now.
Yep.
And stop. Yeah.
But you were going bottom up. Yes. Maybe you need to go bottom up so you don't get bored.
Well, I did get bored, but I think there was more, not motivation, but more things could go wrong because I wasn't as in control going bottom up.
Right.
Whereas you go top down, you're kind of in control of everything you're doing.
Yeah.
And you can go, oh yeah, that's fine, that'll do. But when you're going bottom up, I think there's less control.
Yeah.
That's my expert opinion, having done one bottom up now. Actually, I've done a couple of bottom up things. I think a couple of my summer ones are bottom up.
Tin Can Knits likes bottom up because I'm just thinking the one Tin Can Knits sweater I've done was bottom up. So, yeah, maybe that's a thing. Although Milo's top down. Don't know.
No, Milo's not Tin Can Knits.
Isn't it?
No, it's a New Zealand designer.
Oh, I always thought the Milo was Tin Can Knits.
No,
oh, never mind.
New Zealand lady.
Forget it.
Oh, my bum's getting exhausting.
Yeah. These stairs are a bit. We should have brought our pillows.
Yeah.
So I'm knitting away here on something I've cast on today. So Marina from Strawberry Knits.
Strawberry Patches.
Strawberry Patches. Thank you, Strawberry Patches. Is doing a cowl along at the moment, so I thought I would join in on that. And I've cast on a very sparkly.
It's pretty.
Very sparkly yarn. It's her yarn.
Oh,
yeah.
Even
I
better.
know. I was like, well, if I'm going to do a Strawberry Patches one, I'm going to use her yarn because I have her yarn.
Yeah.
And it's this purple with these just flashes of the aqua. So what I'm doing is a pattern that's called Minnesconsin Cow. Minnesconsin, as in like Minnesota, Wisconsin, I think. I assume that's what that is. And this is a free pattern, so I can show it off. It's got a special stitch that you do when you get to that flash of colour. Oh, here we go. That's a good picture. So it's just like a little daisy stitch or something. And yeah, I just thought it was a really good way to show off your yarn.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just plain knitting, and then you do that special stitch, and yeah, that's it. Very easy.
Nice.
And I've got one of my handmade stitch markers. Look at the little ducky. So cute. Oh my god. I love the ducks. I wasn't going to do the stitch markers, and then I walked past and she had packets of stitch markers that she'd made for sale.
And you saw the ducks.
And I saw the ducks and I was like, oh, can I just buy the ducks? And she was like, well, you can, but you can't take them right now because they're for demonstration purposes. And I was like, how much are they? And I'm like, can I just leave my money here? And I only had $5, and they were $10 to buy the pack, and it was $1.50 to make them myself.
Right.
So I was like, oh, all right. And I wasn't 100% thrilled with the other beads she'd chosen.
Well, now you're not, because
So,
you made your own.
and now I'm super thrilled. So, yeah. So that's the story of
The duck.
the duck. Yeah. I've got a couple more finished objects that I did this morning.
I know, I can smell
Is it offensive?
it.
Okay,
I can
good.
smell it. I kept getting whiffs and I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right, I know what that is.
We did felted soap this morning. Look at this. I'm not a felter, but I've felted now. So they're really cool. So the idea is that the soap comes through the felt as you use it. So you rub it on your body and it comes through. And as it actually continues to felt as you use it, because that's what felting is. It's just
Soap and water and rubbing.
yeah, and then you end up with just like a little pebble type thing of felt at the end. But it's more sustainable because you don't use as much soap, because the soap stays inside. It doesn't, it only lets out what you need. So it'll be interesting to see how long one lasts, because we go through a soap, I want to say maybe every 3 or 4 weeks. Are you in the sun now? If we need to move, we can.
Listening forward.
We could pop down.
That's okay.
So I'll be interested to see how they go. But this one was my first one, and I kind of had a bit of a fail because, can you see that bit through there? There's some sari silk in it, and I had quite a bit across here, and I ended up having to pull it off. It just wasn't felting very well, and I've actually got a bit of a hole there too. Look, it hasn't felted very well. Look at that. That's felting failure. But my second one's really good.
Oh, I say so myself.
So I improved, and I started understanding, like she was saying things like, oh no, that's a bit too soft on the edges. On the first one, I was like, oh, the hell does she mean? And I started understanding what she meant. And yeah, so I learnt and I progressed, and I'm happy.
Excellent.
So
Kind of looks like a marble egg.
well, I sent my husband some pictures, and he said, you can put them around the lake, like the stones that you see around the lake that kids paint and put around the lake. And I was like, thank you very much, my husband. Here's your Father's Day present. Put it round the lake. I should give him one tomorrow.
Since he was so mean.
Ah, dearie me. Yeah, so that was fun, and it
yeah.
wasn't too strenuous. Like, that's what's put me off felting in the past. The fact that
With all the bubble wrap. And
it seems
the
like a real
rubbing,
faff,
yeah.
but
some people make amazing.
oh, they do. Oh, it's amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not an art form. I'm not saying it's not amazing, but I just, not me. But that was fun. Yeah. So.
I knew there was more finished things.
You could smell it.
I could smell it.
You could tell by the smell.
So, have you finished talking about your cow?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'm going great. So
You are going great.
A lot because, as I said, the Jersey was the thing, and then the Milo was the thing. I wanted to drop that off yesterday, but unfortunately, my friend wasn't available to drop it off.
Oh, well, lucky you didn't, because we got to see it.
That's right. Yeah. So
These look great.
these are my flower, what you call it, pressed flower socks.
I want to make some now. I could use the rest of my hand spun.
Pressed flower socks by Savoury Knitting, which I'm making in the collective, Cola Girl Collective that I got in Adelaide, and I didn't get it in Adelaide. It's from Adelaide, but I got it at Bendigo. Yeah. Which I was originally going to use for the
Stephen
West socks.
Mystery socks.
Mystery ones, which then I thought were too fat and bulky for me. So, big long story. Here we go. I have gone past the heel. Oh, I'm also using my fancy prim needles, which is quite good because they're the size up than I would normally use for socks, but that's what they needed.
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Slippy stitchy thing. But they're going to be quite big.
I like them.
So there was the heel, so I'm on the foot now.
It's got an afterthought heel. True
It
afterthought.
does, yeah. So I had to put can you see?
Pre-planned afterthought
Can
heel.
you see it's the same colour as my jersey?
Yes.
It's got a purple pre-planned afterthought heel. The same colour as my jersey. And yeah, I'm doing the foot. So the pattern does say to do flowers on the sole as well.
Oh God.
And I've chosen not to.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing stripes.
So you could have just done this sort of thing. It's actually quite similar to this. Like,
like just
it's
every
just
other,
do the slip
every
stitch.
yeah. Like it's just kind of like what that is,
yeah.
But no, I've striped it now. It's too late.
So it's actually got pearls and stuff in it too. Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, look, it's those little bobbles are a pearl,
Oh,
a Nishanda
man.
pearl.
I have sock envy
a
now.
pearl.
Yeah.
And again, I'm glad, even though it gets knotted and it gets annoying, I'm glad I'm doing 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Because I don't think...
You wouldn't finish them?
No, I wouldn't.
So you haven't enjoyed this, is what you're saying?
I have, but if I did one, and I would have enjoyed doing one, I wouldn't then go, ooh, I have to finish the other one.
Okay.
This yarn though is beautiful.
It's really squishy.
Really soft.
It's going to be lovely to wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they'll go quite nice with my Birkenstocks.
Oh yes, very nice.
So I don't think I've got much well, I haven't got that far to go.
No, you're pretty much done.
I think I'm just coming up to the second repeat of the pattern. So I'll probably do, one more repeat of the pattern, and I'll think about doing the toe.
Very good.
I might finish those this weekend.
That would be great.
Because I think I did the repeat with that repeat last night while we were having, while we're hanging around.
Yeah.
So yes, that's a big part of what I'm working on.
That's brilliant.
They even went so far as to print off the graphy thing.
Wow.
Where I don't normally do that,
No.
but then I could bring it with me.
Yeah.
Because I have been just using my iPad.
Sorry,
No, you're okay. Do you mind being on podcast?
you can see my legs, it's all good.
Okay, cool. Sorry. That was inevitable. Well, what I've mainly been working on is my night shift. And I've made a huge amount of progress.
Oh, cool.
I reckon I'm halfway through.
Yeah. Wow.
Had I cast this on
Yes,
last
you
time?
had.
I had.
You hadn't
Yeah.
done very much.
No, I think I'd done about that much
Yeah, you had.
last time.
Yes.
Look how much I've done.
Oh, it's amazing.
I've just been so enjoying it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's awesome. Here we go. So this is in spin cycle yarn. See how thin that worsted is?
Yeah.
It's like a sport weight.
It is.
So it's got a bloom.
It's kind of like my spinning width. Actually, it's fatter than my spin. A little bit fatter than my spinning width. But
Well, I think, as I said, I think it has to bloom. But now I got the new Pom Pom magazine on the weekend. Now's the weekend. This week. So I'm pretty much done talking about that. It's with Spin Cycle. It's the Night Shift by Andrew Mowry. I'm loving it, but I'm already planning what I'm going to do with my leftovers.
okay. That's
Right.
hence the talk
So
about
the
Pom
new
Pom.
Pom Pom magazine, which isn't actually out yet, has a pattern in it. I know. I'm sorry. That uses bits of leftover Spin Cycle. Worsted leftover Spin Cycle. Look at that. It's fantastic.
But you need like a big lump of it as well.
What do you mean, a big
Like,
one?
you need one.
Well, no, you
colour.
don't. You can just, a plain colour.
Oh, yeah.
But then the leftovers
the
are just
leftovers
that.
are the
Yeah.
bits. Oh.
Because I had already in the back of my mind been thinking, maybe I could make some really fancy leftover socks out of the leftovers. Because I've got, I've finished one colour already. I haven't counted it. But that's a decent amount.
Yeah. It is.
And I'm thinking I'm probably going to have 100 or 200 grams left. So maybe I will make a hat. I don't know. But that might be something that I just like my favourite bit. I can just do that little bit. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm very excited about how I'm getting excited about leftovers. Like with my leftover, what was that? Find Your Fade shawl. I was like so excited about doing something with the leftovers.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a new me.
Yes. That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think I really could do socks with that, with the leftovers.
But then you got your hat. It was specifically for.
It's made for it.
Depends how many leftovers you get.
I reckon I'm going to have enough for socks. Anyway, so that's my shift.
Nice.
Night shift. It's really beautiful, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it really is. I like that edge.
Yeah, and you know the best thing about an I-cord edge, an applied I-cord edge, is that you can hide your
ends.
leftovers in, your ends in it. So, I love hiding my ends. Yeah, and it's very me. I'm really, really happy with my choices. It's exciting.
So the nightshade is a shawl.
It's a shawl,
Oh,
yeah. So I'm glad it's not as thick as a real true worsted.
Yes.
I'm afraid it's going to plump up and get a bit too poofy, but
Then you won't get as much use out of it. Just
that's my fear.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to get a decent amount of use out of this. Truth be told, I'll probably wear it around the house more than anything. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm worth it.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
You know, so
That's
no.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, we poo-poo like making stuff just to wear around the house, but what's wrong with that?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm happy.
Excellent.
Yes. And so I've been flicking between that and my massive blanket. So I did put this on some stitch markers so that I could show you how big it was, but it's I can't show you anyway. So this is where's my stitch markers? Here we go. This is the progress I've made since last time. So last time I showed you, it was down here. So I've done gone through two full colours, and I'm into that. I ran out of these two.
Right.
So when I finish this red, I will run out of that as well. So I just changed.
This is a possum one, eh?
Yeah.
It's very
It's
possum's
very soft.
light and very warm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the plan is to just, I think when I run out of this colour, I've now got, I'll show you the leftovers that I've got. It's not much. Oh, that's where that is.
Oh. Hey.
I know, snap. Oh, this is our Eskdale ones, that's why. So I've got that much, like that's not even a round.
No.
Oh, and that's quite a bit.
Is this worsted as well? Are they going
DK.
socks?
No, I'm not going to. Oh, I thought I had some blue as well. No, I'm certain I've got some blue as well. It's just gone walkabouts.
Running around.
But now I'm looking around at my stash. Now my mum got me this in South America a couple of years ago, which
That's nice.
is nice with this. So what I'm thinking for my next round, I'm going to start with this, and then when I run out of that, I'll go into this.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the blue, and then the green, because it's meant to have, if you do the next bit, it's meant to have 11 bobbles, but that's only 7. And so that'll be 8, 9, 10.
There you go, there's 10.
Yeah, 10's enough. And then there's another next section, and I've got 2 more skeins of this in the black and the grey, which I was always going to do that bit in, but I decided not to, and I'm glad I didn't. So the next bit is a different slip stitch pattern. It's only about 1 inch wide, so I'll do it in these 2, which I think will continue that lovely light fluffiness up. And then I've still got nearly 2 skeins of this. I'm going to do the I-cord edge in that.
Nice.
So I feel good. I've got a plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
You made an enormous progress.
Huge amount of progress, right?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of myself.
And if I'm moving this around, it's not going to fall off.
No. It's on one of those
bendy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been mostly working on, pretty much.
So I have made
Socks.
some progress on my cafe knitting.
It looks really nice.
I've come to terms with the fact that I did all of my pattern wrong.
Oh,
But as you can see, like if you hold it, if I
is
hold
this
it
the
up
right
like
side
this-
or the?
Oh, that's the wrong side. Yeah, that
Yeah.
side. You can see how it's a bit tighter here.
I think when you block it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
When you hold it up and you stretch it, that's a good indication.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think it will too.
It's really squishy,
It's
lovely
really
fabric.
nice, Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
so I've done, I don't know, a little bit on that. It gets a bit boring.
You're finding it boring, are you?
A little bit. Only because, no, is it not is it boring? Or or maybe it's not boring enough.
Have you? Oh, I see what you mean. It's not just plain knitting.
Yeah.
It's
But
repetitive,
Yes.
and you have to think when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have to count occasionally. Yeah.
Could you wrap it round and stitch it to make a cowl if you decided to cast off now. Like you could actually maybe
I think it'd be too big. That's
make, if you did that, like bound it to that, like cast off against that, it would be,
Yeah. That's right. I mean, and I've got pretty much a
right.
full skein. Like I've got a lot left to go on it. I will just persevere, and it just might go away for a little while, and then I'll bring it back
Yeah,
again.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Shawls can be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because you know now it's getting to non-shawl weather.
Yeah. Well, you start to focus on non-shawl stuff in non-shawl weather.
Kind of think about what else to knit, because I feel like I shouldn't make any more jerseys this year. Even though I've got my XP sweater, whatever it was called, was it XP? You know, like I bought my my kit.
Yep.
Yeah. But you know that might be for next year.
Next year, yeah.
Although there is a knit along happening at the moment. But no, I don't need another sweater. I've been looking at like tops for summer.
Yep.
Because I've only got a couple.
Well, that might be a good thing to focus on.
Yeah.
Uses less yarn too.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of really, really nice kind of t-shirty ones. I don't particularly like doing it in cotton though. I'm not confident enough in what it's going to turn out like.
What about merino linen? Merino linen.
That would be quite nice.
I've got a lot of leftovers from my merino linen shirt I did last year.
I would have to buy some though.
I've got enough that you could do it. I'm not sure.
And I could just
Oh, you could just buy some, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off from buying stuff, but I'm just saying that could be an option for you
your leftovers.
if you felt so inclined.
We could do some kind of swap.
We could come to some sort of arrangement. I've actually brought quite a bit of stash up with me, and I need to go up and discount it after this to try and get rid of it. Oh, I don't want to take it home. Yeah.
But how many is it going to take off the number? How many did you buy?
How many have I gotten rid of? I think I've gotten rid of 4.
It was more than that.
No, it's only 4.
You only bought 4?
No, I brought lots. I brought 8, I think.
8 to be 2.
8. Not more than 8, but then there was some sweater lots in there. So yeah. If I could get rid of some sweater lots, that would be amazing. But then Julie also brought some, and I bought some.
You bought some from her. So you.
So I
bought
sold
2
3.
Yes.
And I bought 2.
Very good.
So that math adds up. Look at this. Oh my god. I couldn't leave this.
No, you couldn't.
And she knew I was going to buy it too. She was like, I knew you were going to buy that, Kylie. And Sue said this looks like my stash.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's got all the colours. It's amazing. It's potluck. Yeah. So that's very exciting. And also, this is not what you would expect me to buy.
No.
But I love black wattle yarn. So this is a black wattle. Look how floppy this is. So much
So
tree.
is that lace weight?
It's lace weight. It's alpaca. 70% alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere.
Wow, that's fancy.
Black wattle. So they're an alpaca. Look how much it was.
Oh no. Into the darkness.
Into the
Star
darkness. Yes. It's her Lily Pilly 2-ply. So black wattle is a alpaca farmer in rural New South Wales. And so I've done a hat and matching mitts out of some black wattle yarn that I bought at Bendigo a couple of years ago. It was probably 2019 actually. Anyway, so yeah, that's the only black wattle I've worked with, and I just loved every stitch. So when I saw that label, I was like, I'm going to take that. So I don't know what that will become.
Nice.
It's just a skein of potential right now. 800 meters.
You've been collecting a bit of lace lately.
I have, because I had that lace weight cardigan I want to knit, so
Look, that's
it might go into that. Yep.
cool.
So, yeah.
Plans for tomorrow?
I would say sleep in, but no, because we're going for breakfast.
Well, sleep in for a little bit. Till 7:30.
Yeah. Well, see, that's not even a weekend sleep-in for me because I have an 8 o'clock alarm on the weekend so that I don't waste my day in bed.
Right.
Because I would literally sleep all day. I'd probably sleep until about 11.
Well, you can stay and sleep. You don't have to come for breakfast.
Yeah, it's wasting the day. It's the same reason I didn't have a nap this afternoon.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with everyone and do the things.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn inkle looming. Inkle weaving.
Yeah. On an inkle loom.
On an inkle loom.
Yes.
So I purchased an inkle loom.
Is that the thin stuff?
It's a braid.
Yes.
So it's like a belt or a strap or you can do shoelaces. You can do anything.
Okay.
Yeah. My inkle loom is about that wide. So it does kind of suck in quite a lot. So the maximum width you could do is probably maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So it's a decent amount. Yes, I probably could do it on a rigid heddle. Thing with inkle looming is that it's what's called weft facing. So you pack it down really hard so that you don't see the warp.
Oh, right, yes. I see what you mean. Yeah.
So
I understand that.
Yeah, that's because I explained it so well.
That's right. I've learned lots about weaving today.
Yeah. So Jan's going to teach me that tomorrow.
Cool.
And I have to do that because we brought the looms especially for it.
Yeah, nice.
So I was wanting to do make some rollags, but I don't think I'm going to have time to do that. Never mind.
They're doing some fibre prep stuff. I might go and do that for a little bit and learn how to use my hand cardery things.
Oh, that's a
I've
good
got.
idea.
So the ones I bought, which
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing with them.
So I did buy this yesterday from Terry Berry. It's heat bondable Angelina fibres. Oh, heat bondable. I wonder if I could just iron it on.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect for felting projects and making bats for spinning. So, because I basically got all of the pink in my stash, chucked it in a bag to bring up to make rollags, and I haven't done it.
Yeah. That's okay. Can't do everything in 2
I
days.
know.
It'd be quite nice to have an extra day.
I know, 3 days.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put that to Margaret.
Yeah.
Would you want to have Friday or Monday?
I don't care.
The Minecraft camp is 3 days.
So,
Well, it starts Friday afternoon,
well, this starts Friday evening.
but they actually have a class on a Friday afternoon. They have a Friday afternoon class and then a Friday night lecture type thing. So yeah.
Very good. Okay, my bum is really getting to
Yeah.
sleep.
Me too.
Ow.
So yeah, I've got other things I've been working on, but not really.
Me too. I brought lots of projects, ones that I haven't touched for a while, just in case I got inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought my Doctor Who one and I pulled it out last night and the pattern's not in there. And I know that I had marked off the pattern with the rose. So now I put it in the naughty corner because I'm like, I need to now go and find the pattern on Ravelry, print it out and work out where I'm up to.
I brought my
too hard.
gingham cowl that
Oh,
I
yeah.
started, which I'm about this long.
Yeah.
So I brought that. So that might be my next. Instead of doing that one,
Yeah.
I might
You could do
pick
that.
one up.
Yeah.
But I'd quite like to finish my flower socks. I've been spinning all day,
They're so beautiful, those
which is
ones.
quite cool.
Oh yeah, I just sat and spun for a little bit and I did a whole thing. And that
I left mine on my thing.
so this is the Handmaiden
Yes,
who is in
Southland somewhere.
Southland, which is south of the South Island. Is that correct? Is that where Southland is?
Yeah.
Yeah, of New Zealand.
Yeah.
And she does a mystery club.
Yes.
And I actually sold her mystery club bat from when was that?
Last month.
August? No, this is
August,
July, because it wasn't me. So I've sold
did
that,
it.
so that's good. You did it.
Yeah, I showed mine off.
Oh,
I
nice.
did it
Yes,
as
you
a,
did, that's right.
I just spun the whole thing
End to end.
end to end. Yeah.
And then chain plied it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a 3-ply, which I've never done before. So I split it into 3 and I've done 1. And I reckon I can finish the other one before dinner.
Are you sure? It's 5:30.
Yeah.
You've got an hour.
I did that in like 40 minutes. Yeah.
Cool.
So yes,
It's pretty.
it's really pretty. I
Yeah.
was really excited by those colours.
Yeah.
Which they're quite subdued for me, but this calls to me, and this kind of pink. It's kind of pink, but it's more brown, really. But I see pink in it,
Yeah.
and the blue's pretty too.
It's very pretty. I know when you got it, you went, oh, isn't it pretty?
And that's not normally me, so that's why it's important to spin things when you get it. I think you're excited.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not sure about the one I'm doing, but I've done 100 grams of it today. It's very
Would you
autumn.
ever consider just spinning it and selling it if you don't love it?
Well, I've got a few that I don't love. They just get spun and they put in the cubby hole. I don't know if people would want to buy my spinning. I never thought about that.
I think there's definitely a market for hand spun yarn. You could just put it on the rehome page, or there's a rehome page and there's another one that's like made items. That would be probably
Facebook?
on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. I could get rid of lots if people like my hand spun.
Yeah. Because if the joy is in spinning it.
Yeah, it is. The joy is in spinning.
But you don't want anything to do, but you finish it and you don't want it, then why not let it go to someone who will then use it? It's like us buying the hand-dyed fibre or hand-dyed yarn.
Yeah.
For them, the joy is in dyeing.
Yeah. Good thinking, Benny. I'd like to look into that.
Yeah, I was just thinking it as you were spinning it. I was like, well, if you don't love it, but you're still enjoying it.
So, week after next, I'm in Auckland.
Oh.
But I'd say Wednesday.
That's okay. I'm home by 3:30.
So I might pop in on my way home.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I could show you my linen yarns.
Yes. Ooh, and you can think about what you want in return.
Maybe you could spin for me.
I could.
I'd very happily gift you yarn and send you away with some fibre to spin for me.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I don't do it as thin as you.
Yeah,
Okay. Mine's usually around sport weight.
that's fine.
Okay, I can do that. I think that's a good deal. I think I get the best deal.
I disagree. I just don't have the time to spin. Yeah. I would love to spin more. All right, we're rambling.
Yes, and it is, if you're going to finish
And I want to spin.
before tea,
Yeah.
you've got
I can do it.
less than an hour now.
I've already started it.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for hanging around.
Yes, thanks for hanging out. It's I don't know, we haven't really showed you around or anything, but people are kind of, I don't know, we're on retreat, you don't want to...
Yeah, and there's whole thing with privacy now, and you have to get everyone's permission, and
People just might want to be chilling out.
Yeah.
That's why we're sitting in the stairwell.
I don't think it's a bad place to sit.
We thought about going outside, but as the sun's going down, it's going to be quite cold.
It's probably, it would have dropped 10 degrees while we've been talking.
Yes, yes.
And that's bad for our health.
It's bad for our coldness. Yeah, and it's quite chilly today.
Yeah.
I think there was a frost this morning when I looked out the window.
Well, today is the 3rd of September. No, 2nd. Yesterday was the 1st. I had daffodils in the garden and ice on my car.
Wow. Yeah.
So we've had a weird year. Yeah, in Auckland in particular, with all the rain we've had. I was talking to my uncle in Wellington, and they've had almost no rain.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, we can't get rid of it. Like it's
It's
just
fine.
pooling. Every time it rains, it just sits.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Oh, I should have got my raincoat out of the car when I went down for my walk across to get my breakfast in the morning.
I think Jan might pick us up.
Drive us around the corner. Really?
Yeah. When I suggested we took brollies, she was like, "We'll just drive." I was like, I love where your head's at.
It's next door.
I was going to take a
It's
brolly.
like about 300 metres, maybe 400 metres.
If it's raining, I won't walk in it.
Okay.
I will get covered in grease. I will get grease in my hair. I won't walk in the rain.
How do you get grease?
No, I'm just saying that's like the sort of thing
Oh.
that it's stupid.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because water won't. I get greasy at work, like I
Oh,
get
yeah.
covered in shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you'll
Yeah.
do that, but you won't.
I
go-
will do that, but I don't want to walk in the rain.
Oh, I see what
Yeah.
you mean. I thought you were saying you were going to get greasy from the rain.
Oh no.
No. Okay, let's
It made
go.
sense in my head.
Okay.
All right.
I think you need a martini.
No, I need to spin.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time in a couple of weeks. Less than 2 weeks,
Maybe,
by the
yeah.
sounds. Yeah, awesome.
Cool. Kaki te.
Ka kite.